Hello again, GreymanX6 here. Thank you for tuning in. Even though, just as with almost all my toy-related videos, this is long overdue. These were the last two big Marvel Legends I got in 2025. And I say big both figuratively and literally in Juggernaut's case, because it's kind of awkward trying to keep this big boy in frame. This, out of all the Marvel vs. Capcom offerings the Gamerverse line gave us, this is really the only one I cared for. I already got other versions of Thanos, and War Machine, and Silver Samurai, and Omega Red, and... well, not Psylocke. I kind of been hesitant to get one of her, but the point is, this is the only one I bothered with, and I almost didn't bother with this, because I still got this Marvel Select one, and still an absolute unit, still a banger, but seeing more and more reviews come out for him convinced me to finally pony up. And of course we have Rachel Summers over here, who, this is her first time in the Hasbro Marvel Legends line, and I don't think she ever had a Toy Biz one. I could be wrong, but I think this is one of her first toys ever. So anyway, actually we're gonna start with Rachel Summers and save Big Juggy here for last. So here we go. Oakley dokley, we got Rachel Summers out of the package. I swapped the open hands she came preloaded with her closed ones, and attached the Phoenix wings. We also brought Mommy Dearest out because I wanted to get the negatives out right away. You'll see what I mean. Now at first glance, this looks like a perfectly acceptable female figure in the mid-2020s. We got bicep cut, double jointed elbows that are pinless, knees that are pinless, and didn't really have to heat up anything. Everything works fine. Got a very serviceable diaphragm cut. Lots of mobility in the shoulders. So, what's my problem? What have I got gripes with? Well, have a look at Jean Grey and what she's getting. Rachel, come on, come on. She's also got a reverse ab crunch and butterfly joints, limited and kind of average as they are. So, if Jean had it, why can't her daughter? Well, future daughter from an alternate timeline. You know how screwy X-Men continuity can get. Especially since Rachel Summers is going to be a far more physical character than her mommy. I mean, you got to get her into flying poses. A little extra crunch back would have helped, or maybe some butterfly joint action for more mobility with her arms, spreading her wings. Then again, I suppose that would have been a problem with the spikes on her costume with the reverse ab crunch, but that wouldn't be a case with the butterfly joints. Other than that, I think this is worth the money. There's a lot of contention now that the basic Marvel Legends is what, $28, $29, and at first glance this is basically just a Shriek body mold with minimal details added, with the spikes on her suit. At least the paint is very well done. See the spikes, got nice silver paint, really no slop on mine except for this top one on her left bicep area. It's gonna focus. No, but there's a little bit of slop there. And as with all the ladies these days, we got a very nice printed head sculpt, rosy red lips. The eyes look good. No problems here. Not much paint detail in the hair to bring out the details, but what can you do? She's got very short hair. And at least, even though the suit isn't painted, at least the plastic they cast it in is this deep, rich red, similar to the recent Maximum Deadpool, that I feel gets the job done regardless. And as for not having much in the way of accessories, well, at least you get your money's worth because you got two big accessories. The mandatory Phoenix Power wings. Got a nice little wingspan here. casting some translucent plastic, got different colors, a bit of a gradient here and there. So at least you're getting your money's worth, and some effort was put in for a character that hasn't been in Hasbro's line at all up until now. Yes, the only thing that could have made it better was to have butterfly joints. But I guess you can't have everything. But I suppose we gotta address the elephant in the room, the controversial aspect of this new line of retro-carded figures, the comic accessory that some people say unnecessarily jacks up the price and takes away from the budget that could have been used for other accessories, even though Rachel does have pretty much what she needs. And I never really read Excalibur back in the day. Oh, I read some X Factor, a bit of X-Force, but Excalibur kind of passed me by, and I only just got to reading Excalibur #1 from 1988 in preparation for this review, where Rachel here has to fend off some pervy, handsy jackwagon twice. And they say that comics have only gone woke now. Ugh. But anyway, even though it's from a comic I don't have too much nostalgic connection for, I'm kind of glad to have it. It's a very nice accessory, and as you saw... is it going to focus again? Yeah, there we go. It's done rather well. It's kind of remarkable what was done. So this is the only one from the comic wave I've got, the mini comic wave, and if I was going to get anything, I'm glad I got this one. Even though Banshee came with the giant size X for #1, I'd rather have this because it's kind of new to me. Sometimes nostalgia isn't everything. Oh, look out! It's Juggernaut! Well, you know. Come on, that's been done to death. Anyway, got him out, and I can say that now that I've messed around with them, got him in hand, looked closely, I can say that all the hype he's received online from other reviewers, it's well earned. This is definitely going to replace my Marvel Select version, and while there are going to be sacrifices, I believe the net gains are worth it. I mean, first of all, one of the things that makes Marvel Select so great is the texturing, but we got some here on the torso. Yeah, it looks like the weird knitting pattern you see for a lot of McFarlane's Green Lantern figures, but it works here. It doesn't seem out of place, and we do have some minor metalish texturing on the... Is it going to zoom in on the helmet? Focus? Yeah, we got that. Also, the bracers, and we got a bit of leather texturing on the boots as well. Even got treads on the boots. And as for paint apps, which Marvel Select usually excels at, look at them. We got some shading, some wash in between the pecs, and some parts on his legs. So oh yeah, and like the veins on his arms. So effort was definitely employed here. Oh, not even other little details like his freaking fingernails are painted, manicured, to make them look all nice and pretty. So now, try to keep them in frame as I go over the articulation. Can bob the head back a little. I'm pretty sure it's on a disc swivel. Can move it around. You can't take the helmet off, unfortunately, and there's no unmasked option, which sucks, but whatever. Okay, he's got butterfly joints, a big advantage over his Marvel Select counterpart. You got bicep swivel, decent enough range in the shoulders. You don't have double-jointed elbows, and they can't even get 90 degrees, but that's to be expected with such a bulky character. We do have movement in there, too. Got a hinge on the hand. He came preloaded with 2 fists, but I went ahead and put on one of his open hands. Now, he's got decent crunch forward, but there is a problem with the torso that many of you have seen. It kind of snaps forward. It's not intentional. There's some fix I heard about, because if you keep playing with it too much, you could damage the figure. So I'll get to that later. Okay, now, presentation. Got this weird gappiness up in his crotch. It is a little off-putting, but it's not a deal breaker. And his leg does move out quite a bit. Thigh swivel. Again, can't even get 90 degrees, but it works. There's no boot cut, but you do have a knee swivel, the ankles pivot, and you even got a bit of toe articulation and some tread on the bottom there. I don't think I mentioned that already. I might have. So all in all, this definitely beats out the Marvel Select one. What it sacrifices in texture work and paint apps, it more than makes up for in posability, because that one was nothing but a brick, really. To get my point across, here we have him with the Marvel Select Juggernaut, and let's try to swing out his leg. Nope, can't really do that. That thigh swivel doesn't really work, it just moves the hip joint. No real boot swivel, no butterfly joint, of course, and really don't get much movement, and you might get better angle for the elbow articulation, but that's about it. And this one, oh man, usually the Marvel Select versions dwarf their Legends counterparts, but oh, not this time. Let's have a look. Marvel Select Juggy's about 8.5 inches at best, while this Juggy's almost 9 inches. And forget just comparing him to the Marvel Select Juggernaut, let's compare him to my Hulk that's been my go-to. I've been using this Unleashed version. The problem with that Juggernaut is that Hulk towered over Juggernaut. Juggernaut's usually supposed to be a little bit taller, so this kind of evens them out a bit. I mean, let's look at Unleashed Hulk's height. We got right at 9 inches, so yeah, it evens things out. And this is probably going to be my go-to Hulk until, I don't know, that 6-inch plus version comes. I'm skipping the Mezco one, and oh boy did I skip the Maximum one. Okay, the last few accessories we got to talk about for Kane Marco is we got this energy effect from the Marvel vs. Capcom games, or more specifically, first X-Men Children of the Atom, which you take the knuckle bracer off of one of his fist hands and you apply this on instead, or you could have it here to simulate his headbutt attack. And here's the other open hand I talked about, well, more of a grabby hand, and this is the other fist that he came preloaded with. Moving back to Rachel Summers real quick, here's a group shot with the rest of the Summers family that I got. Got Mommy and Daddy Dearest in their X-Factor get-ups, even though, yes, this is the old white version with pins for Cyclops. And appropriately, since we just unboxed that Juggernaut, we got the MVC2 style Cable. Alright, now moving on to the obligatory Excalibur group shot. But of course, we can't complete the original 5 because I don't have Megan, or Tapestry as she was called for some stupid reason in one of the old 90s Fleer card sets. So instead, we got Wolfsbane, who I know joined the team in the 90s after leaving X-Factor, and Colossus eventually joined up too after finally ditching Magneto's acolytes. Kinda had no choice when Avalon crashed to Earth, you know, because the fight between Exodus and Nemesis kinda forced his hand, you know. And this is an older Captain Britain, and oh, you think that in that X-Factor Cyclops was old? We got the original Toy Biz versions of Nightcrawler, Kitty, Lockheed, and Colossus again. Although I got so much nostalgia for this Colossus. He's one of the first 3 Marvel Legends I ever owned, but I will definitely replace this kitty with the upcoming one from the 2-pack. Might just buy her by herself, or get the 2-pack and sell off the Colossus, but as much as I've liked this one, how much it served me, one of the few good female ones from the Toy Biz days, I'm definitely going to upgrade. Alright, moving back to the Jugster, I forgot earlier I wanted to also compare him with another big chonker of a Marvel Legends I got, and this one back in 2024, the Hulkbuster. And yeah, also nice and big and beefy, and they look pretty good together, just like Juggernaut did with the Marvel Select Hulk. No complaints here. And now, moving on to Juggy's group shot, but instead of going down memory lane like with Rachel Summers, and showing Juggy with a bunch of his fellow villains, we're going to show his current team's roster, the Alaskan branch of X-Men. And unfortunately, I don't have a Psylocke to complete the group, like I said before. And we got this old X-Factor Cyclops. We also got Magneto, another former villain. We got Kid Omega, Quentin Quire. We got Illyana Rasputin, aka Magic. And we got Beast. And yes, this and this, they're old Toy Biz Marvel Legends. The other two of the aforementioned trio of the very first MLs I ever owned. So yeah, here's a shot of Rachel and Juggy together again as we bring this to a close, and I think these are two great Marvel Legends. 2025, they really closed out the year pretty good with stuff like this, but are they worth the money, all the price increases? Well, like I said before when it comes to Rachel, yeah, the comic gimmick probably took money away from what could have gone to more accessories, but at least with her, you get two big accessories that really matter. And even though there's minimal paint detail, it's casting a nice deep red that catches the eye, so I think, yeah, it's worth it despite the bump up in price for a basic Marvel Legends. But Juggernaut usually costs $5 more than the Hulkbuster I just showed off, who came out a year before this. It might be a case-by-case basis. If you already got one of the Marvel Legends Juggernauts, like the Build-A-Figure or the Marvel Select, you could stick with that, but after seeing all the reviews and the great word of mouth, I figured, at least for my purposes, that a bigger, beefier Juggernaut with more posability and a bit of texture work and paint detail where it counted, even though it cannot compare to a Marvel Select, I felt it was worth it. But use your own judgment. It's a case-by-case basis. Your mileage may vary for this Juggernaut. So that's it. Please like and subscribe, help boost the algorithm, all that jazz. I finally got partnership status back, so that could probably go a long way. See you later.